So a politician walks into a bar. Sounds like the start of a bad joke, right? But in the world of politics, the joke often writes itself, especially when the politician in question is known for his, shall we say, unconventional style. Buckle up, folks, because we're about to dive headfirst into the world of Trump's trials, where the line between reality and a late-night comedy sketch gets blurrier than Rudy Giuliani's hair dye on a hot summer day. Picture this: a courtroom buzzing with anticipation, lawyers shuffling papers like they're playing 52-card pickup with the Constitution, and a defendant who communicates primarily in 280-character bursts. Yes, friends, it's the legal equivalent of a reality TV show, complete with plot twists, surprise witnesses, and enough drama to make even the most jaded soap opera writer blush. Forget Judge Judy. This is judge, jury, and the American public presiding over a case that's got everyone talking. Whether you're glued to the news, scrolling through Twitter, or just trying to survive a family dinner without a political argument breaking out, chances are you've heard whispers of the legal battles swirling around the former president. From hush money payments to election interference claims, it's enough to make your head spin faster than a campaign promise during election season. So grab your popcorn, settle in, and get ready to laugh, gasp, and maybe even learn a thing or two about the wild world of American politics. Because if we can't laugh at this, we're all doomed. Donald J. Trump. The man who needs no introduction but probably insists on having one anyway. From real estate mogul to reality TV star to the leader of the free world, he's a man who's worn more hats than a haberdashery store. And now he can add defendant to his already impressive resume. Love him or hate him, and let's be real, it's usually one or the other. You can't deny that the man has a knack for grabbing headlines. He's like a human clickbait factory, churning out controversy and outrage with the efficiency of a well-oiled Twitter bot. And his legal troubles? Well, they're the gift that keeps on giving, at least for those of us who appreciate a healthy dose of political satire with our morning coffee. Remember when he claimed he could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and not lose any voters? Turns out the legal system might have a slightly lower tolerance for alleged wrongdoing. Who knew? But hey, at least he's consistent. Whether he's battling accusations of financial impropriety, fighting off allegations of inappropriate relationships, or just generally thumbing his nose at the rule of law, Trump always brings his signature style to the courtroom, a mix of bluster, defiance, and enough legal jargon to make your head spin. He's like the legal equivalent of a magician, constantly distracting you with one hand while the other is busy. Well, let's just say things aren't always as they appear. Either way, you can't look away. Let's talk about the hush money case, shall we? Nothing says presidential like allegedly using campaign funds to silence an adult film star about an alleged affair. It's the kind of scandal that practically writes itself, a plot point ripped straight from a political thriller, only with less subtlety and more tweets. Imagine this: a world leader, a secret love child, and a suitcase full of cash. But the basic premise of the case is enough to make even the most cynical observer raise an eyebrow. It's a story of alleged infidelity, alleged cover-ups, and alleged misuse of power, all wrapped up in a neat little package of legal intrigue. The alleged affair itself is the stuff of tabloid dreams. A reality TV star turned president linked to an adult film actress? It's almost too perfect, like something a screenwriter would pitch and then immediately discard for being too on the nose. But alas, truth is often stranger than fiction, and this particular saga is stranger than most. And then there's the hush money itself, allegedly funneled through various channels, disguised as legal fees, and orchestrated by, well, that's where things get really interesting. It's a tangled web of accusations, denials, and legal maneuvering that would make even the most seasoned lawyer break a sweat. Now, every good legal drama needs a cast of colorful characters, and the Trump trials are no exception. Enter the legal eagles, the masters of the courtroom, the defenders of, well, let's just say they have their work cut out for them. First up, we have the lawyers themselves. From high-powered attorneys with resumes longer than a CVS receipt to lesser-known legal minds thrust into the spotlight, it's a veritable who's who of the legal world. They're the ones tasked with navigating the treacherous waters of the courtroom, arguing legal precedents, and trying their best to keep their client out of hot water, or at least lukewarm water, depending on the day. Then you've got the witnesses, a motley crew of characters with varying degrees of credibility and a shared history with the man himself. From former business associates to political allies to, maybe, just maybe, a disgruntled former employee or two, They're the ones who hold the keys to the kingdom of truth, or at least their version of the truth. Speaking of circuses, let's talk about the media frenzy surrounding the Trump trials. It's a feeding frenzy out there, folks, with news outlets from around the globe descending on the courthouse like moths to a very bright, very orange flame. Every twist and turn of the case is dissected, analyzed, and debated ad nauseum. Cable news channels have dedicated entire segments, if not entire channels, to covering every minute detail, complete with talking heads shouting at each other, and graphics that look like they were designed by a team of sugar-fueled toddlers. Social media is abuzz with hashtags, hot takes, and conspiracy theories that would make even the most ardent QAnon follower blush. And of course, no media circus would be complete without the constant stream of commentary from the man himself. Trump, never one to shy away from the spotlight or a microphone, has taken to using his favorite platform, Twitter, to share his thoughts on the proceedings, often in real time. Now, you might be thinking, with all these accusations and scandals, surely something must stick eventually, right? Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Trump, as we all know, has a certain resilience when it comes to legal challenges. He's like the Teflon Don. Accusations seem to slide right off him, leaving him seemingly unscathed. Some might call it luck, others might call it good lawyering, and some might even whisper about darker forces at play. Whatever the reason, Trump has a knack for emerging from legal battles relatively unscathed, at least in the court of public opinion. The tension is palpable. The jury is in. The judge prepares to read the verdict. Will it be guilty or not guilty? The nation holds its breath, glued to their television screens, refreshing Twitter feeds, and anxiously awaiting the news. It's a moment of truth, a culmination of months of legal wrangling, media speculation, and political posturing. But wait, we're not going to spoil the ending for you. The verdict, whatever it may be, is just one chapter in the ongoing saga of Trump and his legal battles. So, the verdict is in, maybe, the gavel has dropped, possibly, and the dust has settled, sort of. What happens now? Well, in the world of Trump, the show must go on. Life after the trial is likely to be anything but dull. There might be appeals, countersuits, and enough legal wrangling to make your head spin. And of course, let's not forget the inevitable media blitz, with commentators, analysts, and pundits dissecting every aspect of the trial, the verdict, and the fallout. But beyond the legal and media frenzy, there's the question of Trump's legacy. So there you have it, folks. A whirlwind tour of the Trump trial saga, complete with legal intrigue, political drama, and enough comedic fodder to fuel 1,000 late-night monologues. It's a story that's as American as apple pie, or at least as American as a reality TV star turned politician ending up in court. And just like a good joke, it leaves us with something to think about. But hey, maybe that's the point. Maybe laughter is the best medicine, the only way to cope with the absurdity of it all. After all, if we can't laugh at ourselves, at our politicians, and at the often bizarre spectacle that is American politics, then what can we laugh at? So, the next time you find yourself overwhelmed by the latest news cycle, the latest political scandal, or the latest Trumpian tweet storm, just remember, it's all a bit of a joke. And sometimes, the only thing you can do is laugh.